Sometimes, people come to see me or other coaches, and they don't like to be challenged. They think, oh, you're being too judgmental. No, I'm not being too judgmental. I'm just trying to challenge you because the information you just shared, based on that, I think you need to be challenged for you to see things from a different perspective, and if someone doesn't have the kind of willingness to change, then it's very difficult to help them, because that's key. You have to have that willingness to change. আমি নিজে বদলাবো, তারপর আমার অবস্থা বদলিবে, এই যে একটা মানসিকতা, এটা কিন্তু খুবই important. So you need to have that, and you need to work together with your coach, and as we mentioned in the beginning, take the actions, because everyone needs to realize their own worth. Because when you start seeing your own worth, how much you're worth, you will find it harder to stay around people who don't. So, if people undermine you or they don't value you, it doesn't really matter, as long as you know what is your worth, and do what you love, as I said in the beginning, because that turning your passion into your profession, or turning passion into profit, is not a new phenomenon. It's been around. We know very successful people in various industries suddenly change their career. They go into doing something completely new, and you think, wow, that's very courageous. But this is deliberate. They just wanted to experience something new in their life. Some millionaires suddenly becoming an artist, for example, with no monetary return or whatever, but it doesn't matter, because that's what they love doing. So a career coach can help you with that, changing jobs, finding new jobs, or making decisions, because the decision-making process is the most important thing. The decision you make today will shape your future tomorrow. So you need that help. So when should you look for a coach? I think as soon as you realize that you need help, that's the time you look for a coach. You don't, there isn't a kind of set time. Okay, when I'm 52, I look for a coach, or when it's December, I look for a coach. It's not like that. It's, when you feel that you need help from an expert, you just find a coach.
Thank you very much. Now, my expectation is somehow increasing. So in this stage, I would like to know what business coaching is, and when a company or an organization or a business entity should go for a coach.
Let me talk about business coaching in the kind of Bangladesh context, because it will be somewhat relevant. Yeah. So in developing countries, we see coaching is a fairly new or emerging area, phenomenon. Yeah. And often it's bolt on to the organizational development activities, yeah, or training. It happens a lot. Managers coaching their team members, senior leaders coaching their employees, but it's different, as we said, because managers coaching their team and coaching their clients coming from external is very different. So when leadership in the organization realize or recognize the company needs help. That's the time they should look for a coach. In most organizations now, you will see in the senior manager's job description, you have to have coaching experience or competency. That's built in the job description and person spec. It's a good skill to have, but sometimes internal coach or coaches can produce limited benefits. Yeah, so it's best to have someone from outside, because they will be able to challenge you. If I'm working with a company, I don't really mind how the management or the leadership team see me, because I'm not there to build friendship. I'm there to help their organization. So, I need to halalize my money, the money they're paying me. I need to give them a service which is rightfully of high standard. So the company leadership actually makes that decision. And there are different situations when they might think, okay, we need a coach from the outside to come in and help us because our growth is very low, or there is no growth, stagnation, we are making loss, there is a kind of low performance, we are not making profit, the bottom line, the net profit has gone down, our teams are not performing to their max, our stakeholders, customers are not very happy. These are the kind of situation. Or the business may have some wicked problems, like in the West, we see quite often, employees taking their employers to the court because of discrimination and all the other things. We call them wicked problems. So structural racism is one. And when the leadership, the board actually feel that they are ready to be challenged. They're ready to be challenged because they want to be a team that is fit for purpose, for the 21st century organization or company. So they need someone to come in from outside and challenge them individually and collectively. And through that, they're also willing to change. So they're not willing to change because of their job, but they're willing to change because they see the kind of bigger benefit to the company and the stakeholders or shareholders, whatever you want to call them. And again, as I mentioned before, for personal coaching, it's a partnership. So they are willing to partner with the coach to explore different areas and come up with solutions for the company.
Thank you very much. Now, let's think. A company has managers, general managers, DMD, additional MD, and MD. So many experts. But in presence of so many experts, how does a business coach can help a company?
So I think I have answered this question in my previous answers in parts, but I just wanted to highlight a few areas. So if you care about your company's vision and your objectives, then you should hire external coach, because if your growth is slow, or you don't have enough growth and you are in a very competitive market environment, you will know from your commercial experience, not moving fast enough in the marketplace is quite dangerous. Yeah. So you need to get experts to help you with that. If your company is a kind of traditional family-run organization, which I think a lot of our Bangladeshi companies are, and you haven't really developed leadership in the organization, you think, oh yes, my son can do it, or my nephew can do it, or my grandson can do it, or granddaughters can do it. But there isn't a kind of leadership in the company. Then you need to engage a coach to help you with that leadership development. We also see companies going through all sorts of changes. So there are kind of macro level changes that they have to withstand. There are micro level changes in the organization that you often see, employees going on strike, or some employees putting grievances, or if you're doing a survey for public organizations in particular, you see a high level of dissatisfaction, and hence, change management. You need help, and you can hire a coach to come in and help you with that, explore the areas, help you form or develop a good action plan. A coach can help senior leaders and managers improve their skills and performance. So it depends on how long you engage a coach in your company, to help you with various things. But depending on the agreement, they can help you with skills development and performance enhancement, and become a better competitive organization. But the most important thing I wanted to say, Joanna, is that in personal coaching and business coaching, at the heart of these two are the people, individuals, human beings with emotions and feelings. If we don't take a kind of well-being approach to these things, then sooner or later, the company or the organization will suffer, because we have seen through various research in the UK and in the States, that when you have a drop in the employee satisfaction, say 10 point, you have a 20-point drop in the customer satisfaction. So it's very much kind of correlated, your staff experience and your customer experience. So it's important that the companies that are kind of modern companies, companies that